In this video, I'm going to be talking about compliance. Compliance is when you change your behavior at the request of someone else. Now, there's a couple keywords here to help you remember with compliance. One is request. This is a request. This is not a demand, and it's a request, so it's explicit. It's not implied. And someone else is asking you. It's not an authority figure. It's just an average old person. So there are 4 types: foot in the door, door in the face, low ball, and that's not all. The norm of reciprocity is connected to compliance, but it is not one of the 4 techniques. That's why it's down here. So I'll talk about that as well. So the first type, foot in the door. Foot in the door, what you're going to do is you are going to ask small. They're going to accept. So you're going to ask bigger, and that makes them more likely to accept. So, for example, my spouse and I were asked to donate to this nonprofit. It's a great nonprofit. We gave them $5. So what happens? They're going to call and ask for money again, and they're going to ask for more than $5. Or they might ask me to volunteer. They're going to keep asking, because once I've said yes once, you're more likely to say yes again. It's going to get bigger. Or if you have someone in class that says, hey, can I borrow your notes? I missed class last time. You say, sure, go ahead. They copy your notes. The next time they're going to say, oh, can I copy your notes again? Until eventually it gets to the point when you're just having them take a picture of your notes every single class. You're willing to accept something bigger because you already said yes the first time. Door in the face is a little different. In door in the face, what happens is you ask big, get denied, so then you ask smaller, and they'll accept. So, for example, when I was in college, I worked for the school and would call alumni to ask for money. And we had a script we had to follow. And when we first asked for money, we had to ask for $100. Now, how many people were actually giving us $100? Very, very few. But why did they have us start with such a big amount? Because if we started with that big amount, when they said no, when we asked for less money, like $20, they were more likely to say yes. In the end, basically everyone gave at least $5 because we'd started out so big. If we had started out asking for $5, if they said no, where are you going to go from there? So if you start big and they say no, you're more likely to get them to accept to something smaller. For example, if you want to have a friend spend the night when you were in elementary school, the stupid thing would be to go to your parents and say, can I have a friend spend the night? The smart thing would be to say, can I have 5 friends spend the night? And when they say no, say, well, can I at least have 1? And they're much more likely to say yes because they said no to the big thing. Now, the norm of reciprocity comes into play for this. The norm of reciprocity is the fact that if someone does something nice for you, you do something nice back. You're not going to be a jerk to someone who's nice to you. So, for example, if someone smiles at you, you just naturally kind of smile back. If they're nice, you're nice back. There is no norm of meanness. If someone frowns at you, you kind of look at them confused like, dude, why are you being mean to me? I don't even know you. But if someone's nice to you, if someone smiles, you're not going to look at them strange like, why are you smiling? You just wave back. So because we feel bad about doing bad things to people, that we want to be nice to people, that's one of the factors that goes into this door in the face. You feel kind of guilty about saying no, so when they ask smaller, you're more prone to say yes. The low ball technique is when you ask small, they accept, and you turn it bigger. So you'll notice here there's only one ask. There's only one time that you're asking. You are turning that thing you ask into something bigger. So, for example, if your friend says, hey, do you mind picking me up from the airport Friday night? And you say, sure, that's fine. Maybe you live 5 minutes from the Jacksonville airport. And then after you say yes, you have accepted what you think is a small thing. They say, oh, great, I'm flying into Raleigh at midnight. All of a sudden, that is a much bigger thing, but you've already said yes, so you feel bad going around and saying no after you've already accepted. So you're only asking once. That's different than foot in the door that has 2 asks. You only ask once, but you turn that thing into something big. And the norm of reciprocity also comes into play with this, because you feel bad after saying yes. You don't want to turn around and then change your mind. The that's not all technique is also connected to this norm of reciprocity. In the that's not all technique, what you do is you are going to ask, it's usually going to be for something small. Before they answer, you're going to give them a gift, so that makes them more likely to accept. You get this title from the fact that you see this a lot in like infomercials. So they say, we want you to pay 5 easy payments of $29.99 for our product. And then before you decide, no, I'm totally not going to do this, they're like, but wait, that's not all. We're going to make one of the payments for you. Look, we've just given you a gift. You only have to do 4 of the payments. You're more likely to say yes. Or when they throw in that free cookbook or an extra order, all you have to do is pay shipping and handling, whatever it is. You feel guilty saying no now because they've just given you a gift. So you're more likely to say yes. And they give you that gift after asking, but before you're able to give your response. So these are all forms of compliance. They're directly asking you to change something, but it's going to be an equal. It's not going to be an authority figure. And the norm of reciprocity is a concept that comes into play for several of these concepts.